Birds. It sounds like birds to me. I don't know if you're hearing those birds. But we got birds. Got open windows and birds today. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. And welcome to our Facebook Live, our YouTube Live. Went live on Twitch today for the first time. Isabel is here. Say hi, Isabel. And here we are with our little fun one. 1:30. It looks like it's more like 1:35 now when we go live. I used to say 1:30, but no, it's not 1:30 at all. It seems. And and instead we start a little bit late. Anyway, hello to you all. Greetings to you all. I see there's some. Let me see who's in the chat here to start out with. Oh wow, Georgia Stitt. You got to hear Georgia's new record. Can you get the name? I forget the name of Georgia's record right now. I'm sorry, but we'll tell you in just a moment. Georgia Stitt, the wonderful Broadway songwriter and musical writer, and also my friend, our friend. Anyway, we'll tell you about Georgia's record in a minute. I'll go find it online so you can see it, but you should check it out. Ramesh, my brother from Singapore. We had the best conversation the other day. It's called A Quiet Revolution. Yeah, I could have just asked you, Georgia, to tell me it's called A Quiet Revolution, and go check out Georgia's record just soon, right after this, if not before. Sarah Lehman we went to school together. Man, I haven't even talked to you, Sarah, for so long. MCMS. Is MCMS the Music Academy of the West? Goodness. No, wait, since I missed you when you were there. Oh, no. Snow Pond, right? Right. Yeah. I'll be there with you guys there for Snow Pond Chamber Music Festival. Yeah. Stefan Smolovitz. Hey, man. How you doing? Great to see you. Justin Goldner. Oh, no. Facebook has me playing Lefty. I could fix that. Oh man, how did that happen? How am I mirrored? Am I mirrored without intention? Thank you. How about this? We'll fix this right now, Justin. Snap of the finger. Okay. Next time I play, I will not be Lefty. Oh, damn. Thank you. That's one of my pet peeves, when people go live and they are playing on the wrong side of the law. I hate that. And now you just helped me know. So thank you. If anybody on my streams ever sees or hears something wrong, please let me know immediately. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, Justin Golder, Justin and I play in Jason Robert Brown's band, and Justin is just one of the most multi-talented musicians we have in our community. Bonnie Marshall from San Diego. No, it's Bonnie White. Bonnie Marshall. Tell me, so sorry. Bonnie, I'm going to feature you here because I'm trying to. My names are getting all confused in my head, but I'll figure that out later. Awkward, right? It's like awkward when you see people on Facebook you haven't seen forever, and you're like, wait, where? It's I just have to cop to it. Henry Hunt, no visual for sound on my end, but listening. Oh, I see. Because you don't have any visual. I hope you do have visual by now. I hope we're okay, everybody. Do you see me as well as hear me? Yeah, Sarah. Snow Pond. Yeah, I have the marvelous opportunity to speak at a couple of places in the next month. Not speak or I don't know. In some places teach. Some place offer some things about tech. Offer some all sorts of different things with Nick Fotinos's summer program called 121. It is fantastic. Just check out my Facebook page if you'd like. I'm going to be posting about that, or Nick's Facebook page, of course. Nick Fotinos from 8th Blackbird, and also the Bang on a Can Summer Institute, and my dear old colleague. And Ella Ackerman's back, and oh my God, of course, Bonnie. So sorry, from ACF. There we go. Man, things have changed so much. You know, I the other day I attempted to do a live session, and I just ran into all sorts of technical problems that I couldn't figure out. Finally, we got them worked out, and I know what's wrong and what's going on. So I want to be able to complete that today and feature the people and amplify the people that I wanted to. But what's really interesting to me today, and I would, type to me if you have some thoughts on this. One of the weirdest things that has happened is this kind of disjointed nature, the roller coaster of emotions. 2 days ago or 3 days ago, when I was going to go live with these things I'm going to show you today, I was so angry and I was so upset and just kind of filled with the type of strong, deep emotion that most of us, I think, probably on this thread have been feeling recently. And it was so strong and it's so palpable. And then you get a couple days from that day. And last night, Isabel and I spent the evening with Greg Augustin, who's got a new record out called Dialogues on Race. And it is around Emmett Till, to take on as a non-African American person. That conversation is monumental, and the music is unbelievable, and the storytelling and what Greg has learned and taken on over his journey in making this record. I just saw the LP last night, and it's the packaging is gorgeous as well. Anyway, we spent time with him, so we talked about all these things again. And with every day, there's this roller coaster of like tempering and then getting engaged, and tempering and getting engaged. Much less so engaged, I'm afraid, for Isabel and myself, because we end up getting engaged off of Facebook and watching everybody else protest because we live in a small town. So to all the New Yorkers that have been out there, all the people in DC who have been out there every moment of every day, it's incredibly heartening to know that a conversation is happening in the country which is not letting up, and I hope that it doesn't let up. I hope the media cycle, the way things run in this country, I hope that it doesn't, that we don't allow it to diminish this conversation. Lots, not lots of good things happening, some good things happening, some things that are tempting to believe in, some things that are tempting to really get behind and try to not be disappointed, and realize that, boy, that's privilege in itself to be disappointed, because how long has there been oppression around the Black community? It's been coming to me more and more that as we see this kind of happen around the world, I think my this is just me personally now, so just please take this with a grain of salt. But as I've watched movements come up and support come up around this particular issue, is happening to be around George Floyd, but let's not forget Breonna Taylor and all the names. I don't want those to get lost. But as that comes up, and as over the past couple of years, things have come up around identification issues, and across all genders and everything else, as everything is kind of evolving, it feels like this attempt to evolve as humans, where cruelty is no longer accepted, and where inequality among some people is becoming an unacceptable thing, and how that gets executed. I've always said, can you legislate empathy? Yeah, I don't know if you can legislate empathy, but we certainly can make legislation around programs, and I don't like that word either, around ways of being which encourage empathy instead of destruction and instead of power over. Whether it's misogyny, whether it's toxic white male masculinity, whether it is, whatever it is, human on human cruelty and oppression and violence, no matter where it is. Bullying on the school field, police brutality in the places where certain people live and certain people don't have to even deal with it ever. All of that. These are the things that are coming up to me. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much, because I'd like to amplify some Black voices instead of go on my own. But I did want to share with you all that and see if you had anything to say in the comments. Oh, Nicole, you're lovely. Oh, I see, Henry. Your camera isn't working. Henry Hunt is in Houston. I've been, at least I think he's in Houston. When I talk to him, it's around a thing that's happening in Houston. Anyway, I've been getting to know Henry recently, and that's been great. Anyway, Nicole, there's a nice thing from my dear friend Nicole, who is, you are in Oklahoma, right, Nicole, if I remember correctly? Anger lets us know when we have mistreated. Compassion lets us feel anger for others. Wow. Yeah. So I wanted, the other day when this kind of didn't work out for me so well, what I was trying to do was amplify a friend of mine. I can't say that I've spent as much time with Curtis as I would like, but I'm going to show you a little bit about Curtis Stewart. Curtis and I sat on the stage of Bruce Springsteen's stage together a few times a couple of years ago when we toured together with 7 or 8 other string players, including Sam Bardfeld and Maz Swift, and it was Sam's gig, and we got to spend a little time together then. But I reached out to Curtis the other day because I ran by his Facebook page, and I don't know, just a while ago. Curtis is a fabulous violinist. He is a fabulous classical violinist, jazz violinist, blues violinist. He's also, I've recently become to know him as just an overall artist, one of those artists that is exploding past any boundaries which anybody might have known or thought of for him. He's extraordinary, and also when it comes to his heart and just who he projects himself to be in the world, he's an extraordinary human. So I ran across this piece on his website, on his Facebook page, called Shook. So I'm going to play it for you now, and I'd love to watch it with you, and I would love it if you have things to say about it. That would be great. I'm going to tell you just a few things about it that I know because I asked him and he told me. You know, on June 2nd, he wrote the words. On June 3rd, he, I think, recorded or wrote the music. On June 4th, he recorded the vocals. And on June 5th, he edited the video. So what you're going to see here is Curtis's work. If you find his page and you go down farther, you'll find all sorts of stuff. You'll find Paganini riffs and improvisation off of. Curtis is one of the founding members of Public Quartet, Public Quartet. So Curtis is around and will be, thankfully, wreaking havoc in music and making himself larger, I hope, larger and larger as we go on. Anyway, Curtis is awesome. I'm going to play this for you off my left desktop, and I think that I have now fixed this to where we will not have double audio. So as soon as any of you get this on Facebook or YouTube, if some of you want to go to the YouTube feed, it's youtube.com/C/Todd Reynolds. Anyway, we'll put that in.
There's less of a delay.
Oh, right. Isabel's saying that there's less of a delay. There's like a 5-second delay. So comments come through a little bit faster there. In Facebook, we have to deal with a 20 to 25-second delay. And we just started going live on Twitch today, which is kind of funny because I have 0 audience on Twitch. I've never been on Twitch before, never streamed to Twitch before. Love watching things on Twitch, but never done anything. So this is a very exciting advent for us. So I'm going to come over here to my left desktop with my fingers crossed as I leave you here and go over here to see if we can't play this. This is called Shook. And just please know that I'll come. I know this video well, so there's nothing wrong. If something happens which would indicate to you, oh, did something just happen? No, there's not. It's all fine, and I'll come back to you in a moment. But here we go. This is Shook by Curtis Stewart, and then afterwards I'll show you his status, unless you'd like to go there first as you're watching.
They just shook. I'm just shook. Vulnerability makes change, and that's good. Change the game. Voice the pain. Say their names. Say their names. Gaze into the blue sea. Bright eyes blaze back at me. Break the time. eyes, waves crash attacking. They coming in, they coming in. They grip, chill, just squeeze. Blood chill, hard to breathe. Bolstered by the bad apples in the lead. They coming in, they coming in. Feed the flame, our need remains. Say their names, say their names. Stand to protect friends and families. Stand to constitute our community. Stand to renew courage and solidarity. Stand for the whole world to see. Stand to test their frail vanities. Stand. Are they really gonna stoop to straight savagery? They coming in, they coming in. We bleed the same. We see your game. Just say the names. Say their names. Seems like you forgot these words. Your power comes for the people you serve this hour. Just listen and learn. Devour our pain and stay silent. Our country's been grazed for a while. Then remember all those you've hurt and viled. And you set the tone. Your trust is gone with the wind. Our respect. You feel so hard earned. Lost if you stay unhinged. Let us breathe and pray. We come together not to rage, but to say their names. Just say their names. Truth to power through these lanes. We've tried it other ways. They don't hear us most days. They don't hear us, don't do a thing. You won't get in the way. Too many voices for you here today. Progress will win, always fade. Now just say their names. Say their names.
Wow. Ah, it's playing again. Hold on. There we go. Well, production value not perfect, but I think it sounded okay, right? Um, Thank you to Curtis for that, and that's I think the uh, the second or third time that I've watched that through. Anyway, um, it continues. It continues to this day. You know, often there's another name, and and it continues. So the things that are moving in Minneapolis and in New York City, let's keep on talking about it, keeping and keeping it moving. So Ella says that she lost sound, and I don't know why. I hope you have me back, because at this point you should really have me back. Oh, in the video. No, no, no. The sound cuts out at 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I asked Curtis about that, and that was kind of how he intended it. So that's why you lost sound. It was all intentional, and isn't that good news to know now, right? So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the thing about the thing about Curtis and a lot of younger musicians, and some of us folks who've been around for a while too, the idea that our method of expression is so much larger than the traditional education that we grew up with. That's something I've been committed to for 20 years. Or 30 years. That was the reason that I when I put the people together that later became known as Ethel. That's why I did that. It was really a commitment to explode past all boxes and all boundaries. And I think anybody who hangs out with me knows that that's what that's about. And Curtis does this in elegance and beauty with that piece. And go see some other things of his. They will be awesome. So yes, Ella, powerful. It is powerful, and I'm going to leave you today with something even more powerful. That if you haven't seen it, you might want to go find it and see and share with others as well. Um, I guess that's really it. I just wanted to share with you that, and I wanted to share with you this next thing that I'm going to leave you with. And after I play this next video for you off of YouTube, there will be literally nothing else to say. So, Isabel, do you have anything to say? No. Okay. I do welcome you to stay with me and just type to us if you have anything to say here. Uh, this next video is called. Oh, wait a second. I'm sorry. I did something. I wanted very much to show you the the status of the lyrics. And is it the lyrics? Or, no, it is just Curtis's writing. It is Curtis's writing about this, and also some links. So go look up Curtis Stewart. How about that? Let's just leave it there. Um, Also, I wanted to share with you this link, which I'm going to now type in and show you what it looks like. It's this Linktree / AKA CAB. And let's see if this is it. Yes. Here, Isabel, if you can type that in, it's LINKTR. It's Linktree with the TR and the EE separated by a period / ACAB. This is an exhaustive list of links. Whoever did this spent so much time. They are the individual links for the individual victims. All sorts of incredible links. Just pick one. And if you are a person of means, then this is a place where you can contribute one of the things that you can offer. And if you are a person, an artist, for instance, of little means right now, like some of us, then, or whatever, the point is, click on a link and continue to educate. Let's continue to educate ourselves. I think that is it for now. I want to also advertise. I will put this in the show notes, which essentially will be the status. Lean on Me, which was originally it is a concert that was designed as a concert for first responders for COVID. This is going on this weekend. It was delayed, I think, in a beautiful fashion, delayed so that we could put all the focus the past week on what it needed to be on. So that will happen. I'm actually doing. I contributed a little bit of music anyway with that. So that will be here on. Was it Thursday or something? Oh goodness, I'm unprepared. I will find this for you, and I'll put it in the show notes. In any case, I want you to know that I'll be posting about it all week as well. So that's it for now. So next, what I want to show you is something from David Jones Media. Sure, you can find it on YouTube, but I'd like to watch it with you. Even as I do this, I'm starting to feel awkward about it. Watching videos on YouTube while streaming on YouTube, it's kind of feeling weird to me. But I kind of want you to see this. I'm going to let it play because, if nothing else, it will bring awareness to this very powerful voice who is talking from Minnesota, from Minneapolis. I think pretty soon after the first salvos were fired in the big upheaval. And what this woman, the title of the video says it all. How can we win? If you've ever played Monopoly, if you've ever enjoyed playing Monopoly, you'll never play Monopoly the same way again. That's all I can tell you. But even if this doesn't if this doesn't play well for you now, go find this on YouTube. Watch this woman. There are a lot of black female voices that are speaking truth. Like maybe it's because it's more visible, maybe because I'm looking more, whatever is the cause, I don't care. There's a lot of truth being spoken. I am feeling more uncomfortable. Isabel speaks about feeling uncomfortable, and that uncomfortableness for us who now need to fix this problem, we've always needed to fix this problem, who now need to stand for fixing this problem now and stand with the whole world as we begin to try to consider oppression as something that is no longer fitting for humanity as if it ever was. It's really lovely to see so many powerful voices speaking. This is Kimberly Jones. That's her name. And this is her statement on a break while she and David Jones of David Jones Media were out interviewing people. And as Isabel would say, if you watch this, make sure that you watch all the way to the very end, because that's really important.
So I've been seeing a lot of things talking of the people making commentary. Interestingly enough, the ones I've noticed that have been making the commentary are wealthy black people making the commentary about we should not be rioting, we should not be looting, we should not be tearing up our own communities. And then there's been an argument of the other side of we should be hitting them in the pocket. We should be focusing on the blackout days where we don't spend money. But, I feel like we should do both. And I feel like I support both. And I'll tell you why I support both. I support both because when you have a civil unrest like this, there are three types of people in the streets. There are the protesters, there are the rioters, and there are the looters. The protesters are there because they actually care about what is happening in the community. They want to raise their voices, and they are there strictly to protest. You have the rioters who are angry, who are anarchists, who really just want to fuck shit up, and that's what they're going to do regardless. And then you have the looters. And the looters almost exclusively are just there to do that, to loot. Now, people are like, well, what did you gain? Well, what did you get from looting? I think that as long as we're focusing on the what, we're not focusing on the why, and that's my issue with that. As long as we're focusing on what they're doing, we're not focusing on why they're doing. And some people are like, well, those aren't people who are legitimately angry about what's happening. Those are people who just want to get stuff. Okay, well then, let's go with that. Let's say that's what it is. Let's ask ourselves why in this country in 2020, the financial gap between poor blacks and the rest of the world is at such a distance that people feel like their only hope and only opportunity to get some of the things that we flaunt and flash in front of them all the time is to walk through a broken glass window and get it. That they are so hopeless that getting that necklace, getting that TV, getting that change, getting that bed, getting that phone, whatever it is that they're gonna get, is that in that moment when the riots happen and if they present an opportunity of looting, that's their only opportunity to get it. We need to be questioning that why. Why are people that poor? Why are people that broke? Why are people that food insecure, that clothing insecure, that they feel like their only shot, that they are shooting their shot by walking through a broken glass window to get what they need. And then people want to talk about, well, there's plenty of people who pulled themselves up by their bootstraps and got it on their own. Why can't they do that? Let me explain to you something about economics in America. And I'm so glad that as a child, I got an opportunity to spend time at Push where they taught me this, is that we must never forget that economics was the reason that black people were brought to this country. We came to do the agricultural work in the South and the textile work in the North. Do you understand that? That's what we came to do. We came to do the agricultural work in the South and the textile work in the North. Now, if I right now decided that I wanted to play Monopoly with you. And for 400 rounds of playing Monopoly, I didn't allow you to have any money. I didn't allow you to have anything on the board. I didn't allow for you to have anything. And then we played another 50 rounds of Monopoly, and everything that you gained and you earned while you were playing that round of Monopoly was taken from you. That was Tulsa. That was Rosewood. Those are places where we built black economic wealth, where we were self-sufficient, where we owned our stores, where we owned our property, and they burned them to the ground. So that's 450 years. So for 400 rounds of Monopoly, you don't get to play at all. Not only do you not get to play, you have to play on the behalf of the person that you're playing against. You have to play and make money and earn wealth for them, and then you have to turn it over to them. So then for 50 years, you finally get a little bit and you're allowed to play, and every time that they don't like the way that you're playing, or that you're catching up, or that you're doing something to be self-sufficient, they burn your game. They burn your cards. They burn your Monopoly money. And then finally at the release and the onset of that, they allow you to play and they say, okay, now you catch up. Now at this point, the only way you're gonna catch up in the game is if the person shares the wealth, correct? But what if every time you share the wealth, then there's psychological warfare against you to say, oh, you're an equal opportunity hire. So if I played 400 rounds of Monopoly with you and I had to play and give you every dime that I made, and then for 50 years, every time that I played, if you didn't like what I did, you got to burn it like they did in Tulsa and like they did in Rosewood, how can you win? How can you win? You can't win. The game is fixed. So when they say, why do you burn down the community? Why do you burn down your own neighborhood? It's not ours. We don't own anything. We don't own anything. Trevor Noah said it so beautifully last night. There's a social contract that we all have, that if you steal or if I steal, then the person who is the authority comes in and they fix the situation. But the person who fixes the situation is killing us. So the social contract is broken. And if the social contract is broken, why the fuck do I give a shit about burning the fucking Football Hall of Fame, about burning a fucking Target? You broke the contract when you killed us in the streets and didn't give a fuck. You broke the contract when for 400 years we played your game and built your wealth. You broke the contract when we built our wealth again on our own, by our bootstraps in Tulsa, and you dropped bombs on us. When we built it in Rosewood and you came in and you slaughtered us. You broke the contract, so fuck your Target. Fuck your Hall of Fame. As far as I'm concerned, they could burn this bitch to the ground. And it still wouldn't be enough. And they are lucky that what black people are looking for is equality and not revenge.
All right, I can't even deal. I said I wouldn't say anything, but I do want to say Dylan, of course, will share the link in the comments. And Bob Stein, thank you for being here with us today. Until Thursday, when we'll see you again. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for however you're fighting and whatever you're doing. Because we got to change shit. That's it. Goodbye from Isabel. Goodbye from